Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for coming, and if you're not, thank you for coming back to watch another video. Today we have a tutorial. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an afro wig with closure, a bit of bangs or fringe, a bit of something happening in the front sha, but closure, not crochet. Okay, it's going to be crochet, but there's sha going to be closure, you get. And okay, so I made this one, you can see, but you can't find any closure on this, can you? It's just made all around. But what I'm talking about is you're going to be able to have a pattern here, and that way it's going to look more natural and realistic. Okay, so I have this lace, Swiss lace, that I'm going to be using. I don't even know the measurements, but this should be enough. Let's say from here to here, it's quite enough. And I'm using kinky hair. This is the expression Kinky. I usually buy the darling, but I didn't find darling in the market, so this is the expression one. They are the same, sha, no difference. If you want to see what I come up with, please keep on watching this video. Subscribe to the channel, like, give it a thumbs up, and leave comments if you have any question or compliments. Okay, thank you. Bye.
So guys, let's start. This is my lace. I did my measurements. I have 2.25 inches on both sides. I just kind of did that curved stuff to like be my outline, and that's where I'll be stopping at. So starting on, I as usual start ventilating, and I'm doing the double knotting. That was what I started with. And also I showed you guys the length of the hair, so I just cut it into two parts, which was actually long. And before I did this, okay guys, I've ventilated already with kinky hair. I actually made a frontal with it, and the video is doing quite well. You can go and check it out. So I kind of forgot what I did then to like make the work easier. But when I started doing this one, I remembered what I had to do then. So like I said, I was double knotting and I cut the hair into two, but it was giving me a hard time. And now this is the trick. Now instead of putting on the hole like next, this is where I would have put on a normal day. Look at, but I'm not putting there. Okay, I'm going in on the one above it. This is going to give me a much bigger spacing. Do you understand? Now, when you're going down this other side, you don't have to skip to you're going to have the space is going to be too big and it's not going to make sense. The only double spacing you should leave is in between the first line and the second line. I don't know whether it's horizontal. I think that's horizontal, right? Is it horizontal or vertical? Guys, please, this thing needs to confuse me. So sorry, but just watch out what I'm doing. In between the first three that I put and then these other ones, I'm skipping two holes. Do you understand? Now, like I was saying, it is curly hair. It tends to look full. I mean, yeah, it looks full and everything. So I feel like I've never tried to ventilate like my normal ventilating because I feel like it's going to be choked up and really hard to work with. The hair is just going to look too full and not neat. So this way is actually better. And I use this method sometimes when I am ventilating a T part. I just do this for the back, then continue the normal spacing when I'm getting towards the end. And that's the same thing I am going to do for this. In fact, I won't forget that that was what I was supposed to do, but I just did it and I was like, oh okay. And then now look again, this is where I'm putting. Do you get? And you're going to see that my spacing is actually bigger than usual, but don't worry, it's all going to make sense by the time I do like 4, 5, 6 lines. It's all going to make sense. Okay, so yeah, I kept on doing this and I was double knotting still, but I was having a hard time trying to pull it because the hair was quite long. Like I said, I just cut it into two parts instead of like maybe three or so. And yeah, I continued, and yeah, that's it. So I was doing like this little part so that you guys can just have an idea of what I'm talking about. That's why I'm not doing like from one end to another. I just wanted you guys to see. So this is it, right? And then I'm going to go ahead to go to that edge and also to the other edge. Now this is like the next day, if I'm not mistaken. and this is how far I had gone. You can see that it makes sense now. The hair is not looking too full. Do you understand? And yeah, I'm just showing you that okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side when I'm done sharp with this one. And if I part the hair, this is what it's going to look like. It's a free part wig. You don't really have to like do a proper pattern because you have that space. Do you understand? But if you want to, you can. But yeah, I didn't bother to do that. And guys, another thing I started doing was to start single knotting because that double knotting was really giving me a hard time. I actually like was like, okay, let me do the single knotting just in case someone decides to want to buy this. So I wanted it to be something that is going to last. But guys, this is I just the purpose of this whole video is to show you guys how you can do something like this. But um yeah, if you try to do this and the double knotting works for you, fine, just skip at it. Okay, so yeah, I continue with the single knotting, and I was picking two strands or one, and then few times three, but try not to pack three because it's not going to look nice. The knot's going to look big and it shall not look nice. So yeah, two strands most of the time, then one few times, and then three also few times, as less as less as possible, if that's a word. um what okay, so yeah, this is the next line, still trying to give you guys an illustration of what it's looking like. And again, I ended up cutting my hair into four. Yeah, because that cutting into two was just too long and it was giving me a hard time. You can see now how I'm smoothly putting it in the whole single knotting and then bringing it back out, like I'm not having to stress to pull my pin or anything. So yeah, you guys, this is a trick. If you are working with this, try to make it, just cut it this way. So this was the next day I had finished. Now let me explain. I couldn't go on to record everything because I was having my camera is having issues right now. Sometimes it just stops recording. So I'll just show you guys that when I got to the top, okay, like I said, okay, when I got to the top, I now started picking just one strand because I wanted my front to look like very natural. So from this part that I'm touching right now, I was doing one strand, and then the last three lines I stopped skipping that double. Do you understand? Look at, I stopped. If you look at it very well, I stopped picking that double, so it just made everything look much more better. But what I'm going to say is, if you don't want to do this double skipping, you can just go ahead and be picking one strand and then be doing your single skipping. Okay, and then I just use my needle to sew the sides and leave that extra space for when I'm sewing. And this is the wig cap I'm using. So this is my recap on my dummy hair. I don't know why I stopped using this recap. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't need any adjustment or anything like that most times. And then I'm just folding my closure into two to get um my middle part, and I'm just going to put it on my wig. Yeah, on my wig cap. Use my pins to hold every side down before I sew it to the recap and then start the proper work. So I'm putting down the middle, the top, the back, and then I'm also going to hold down the sides. The side I showed you guys where I left that space, that's where I'm going to like pin down. You want to do this because especially when you're working like with straight hair, if you just sew the closure just directly on the line of the wig cap, it's going to show. So bringing it forward a little bit, at least let's say a quarter inch, when you bring it forward that way, it's just going to cover up. Like when you now put your hair down, when you straighten it and everything, that cap side is not going to show, if you get what I mean, yeah, it all makes sense. So I put my pins, and then I'm showing you how I'm cutting my hair. I didn't want it to be long, plus I didn't have enough hair to work with. I just put it like, cut the hair into three. Okay, I cut it into three because again I was going to go in and still trim it at the end of the video, so there's no point actually making it long and then trimming all of that out. So yeah, I cut it into three, and after I was done, I just put my hair in water. Putting it in water helps with the tangling. It helps the hair not to tangle too much. Yeah, it works. Sha. I don't know if it works for that people, but it works for me. So I'm squeezing the water out and then keeping the hair separate. Okay, and yeah, we're going to start putting it on the wig, on the cap. So I'm just sectioning like this, not too big and also not too tiny, just okay. And I'm using my latch hook. Sorry guys, I didn't know that my big head was obstructing, but yeah, this is what I'm doing. Sorry for my big head. I'm using my latch hook and I just put it and then I tie once, just once. Yeah. And again, you guys, my phone started misbehaving and it stopped, and my phone storage was full, so I had to delete some clips before we continued. Now, for this part, the top of this net, if you notice, it's small, like the holes are very tiny, so I had to switch my latch hook. Now I'm using a smaller one, and then I'm also picking the hair in a much more smaller size or section, whatever, whichever. Okay, so yeah, that's what I did to like finish up the top of the hair. I just did this, you get the normal, and I'm tying once, like I said. So I did it this way and then tried to cover it up to see if it was okay. But guys, I went ahead to add again, okay? Because if you notice, there are some like space. Yeah, there was that there. And I'm going in with this leave-in conditioner, the Mega Growth one. It just makes the hair soft in a way. Do you get? Can you see how our closure looks very natural? Yeah, that's the whole point of everything I just explained in this video. So yeah, I just put in my what's it called, my wax stick, and I'm going to go in with my hot comb. Now you guys, I put my hot comb on the highest. Please do not put your hot comb on the highest because this hair is synthetic. Okay, it was burning it. It was burning it. Had it been I put it and left it, it would just burn everything. But again, it helps in controlling how, like, it sharp puts it together. It held the hair together. Okay, I wasn't putting it and leaving it. I didn't even know it was burning until I was like, wait, oh, what's going on? So yeah, Isha puts the hair together. So if you're doing this, make sure to either not put your hot comb on the highest level, or once it's flat, just remove it, okay, so you don't end up burning the hair because it's synthetic. You can see how flat the hair is looking. Yeah, so nice. So I went in again to kind of repair the front. Do you see the importance of that space I told you? Can you see that our cap is not showing? Yeah. So next thing was to go in and trim everything, trim what we don't need. And yeah, guys, that's like it. That's all of it. This is what the hair is looking like. This is what the closure is looking like from the top. This is what the inside looks like. And that's that. So guys, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you learned something. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, share, and leave me comments. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.